So, hi Kevin, it's wonderful to have you on my channel, and it's a real honor because I've seen your video probably like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and I felt completely emotional, and the way you were, your personality and everything. So it's nice to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. Why don't you first introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from?
I'm Kevin Diepenbrock. I travel the country for my job a lot in construction management, but I currently call New Orleans, Louisiana home.
Uh-huh. What do you do for a living?
Construction management, typically industrial, power plants, refineries, chemical plants.
Cool. So why don't you give us a brief story about how you got into biking? What inspired you in the first place?
I had a grandfather. I had an older brother, and he had gotten I call it a mini bike from my grandfather, a little 5 horsepower motor on it. And we grew up on that, rode it around in the field in our backyard forever. And after that, really didn't have anything throughout high school that was a bike. But when I got into college, I ended up getting a Yamaha XS 1100 really cheap, and had that for several years, and just kind of upgraded since then.
So never had a car. I mean, you might have had a car, but your love was just bikes.
Yeah, I've always had a car. I grew up in Minnesota, so you had to have a car. You couldn't ride that long, but yes, it's always been there. It's always been a fun a release for me.
Uh-huh. So what's your favorite bike right now?
So I actually just bought a 2018 Honda Goldwing. I've had several bikes. I've had this will be my third Goldwing that I've owned. I've had my first bike was an XS 1100 Yamaha, and then I had a Harley. Then I had a VTX 1800 Honda, and then two Goldwings, a BMW, and that's the BMW is what I had the incident on, and wasn't sure if I wanted to ride again. I had sold my VTX to my brother, and he decided he didn't want to ride after my wreck, so I bought that back from him fairly cheap. Didn't know if I wanted to ride again. Had that for about a year and a half, and finally decided that I wanted to get back on the bikes and in a serious way, so ended up buying the new Goldwing.
That's great. When you say Goldwing, is that a model or something, or I'm not?
Yeah, it's a Honda Goldwing. It's the big 1800cc bike. It's a touring bike. Got the trunk on the back and all that.
Oh, the one on your Facebook profile picture?
That one's actually the VTX. That kind of looks like the Harleys, the V-twins, but the Goldwing's a big. They call it basically a silk on wheels.
Do you have anything on mind that's like, I want to have that in the future?
I would love to have a big Boss Haas. That's the big, V8. Probably totally impractical to drive around town and stuff, but I just love they're just big and powerful, and I love the paint jobs that a lot of people have on those. So I would love to get one of those one day, but it's probably out of the price range.
Okay, yeah. How much is it?
Oh, brand new, you're probably close to $50,000.
Wow. Yeah, that's expensive.
That's really expensive.
Yeah. So, what's the bike? How much is the bike that you own now? I was just curious.
About 20.
Okay. Yeah. That's my college tuition fee.
Yeah. That's, I still got a 5-year loan on that, so we'll. It's a nice bike, and fairly expensive, but it's got all the goodies. It's got the GPS and Bluetooth and all that kind of good stuff. Heated grips, heated seats.
Wow.
I've done on my previous Goldwings, the touring bike. I've done a 2-week vacation where I've gone 7,800, 8,000 miles in 2 days, or in 2 weeks. I mean, so it's a great touring bike. Go all over the country.
So you do trips all over the country, right?
I've been in 48 states in the United States and into Canada. So
Wow.
I've got about 120,000 miles logged on bikes.
Wow. Yeah. So you're still doing it right now?
Still doing it. Still love it.
Yeah.
It's great. Not right now. It's winter time. It's a little chilly, but when the weather gets nice, I like getting out and getting out on the roads and get a little mental break.
So what drives you to do those sorts of long rides all by yourself? Like it's like what makes you feel like you want to do it?
I just love putting the phone away, nobody calling you, and just going out and riding the country, seeing the scenery, the wildlife, and just if you want to stop, stop. If you want to keep going, and just seen some beautiful places throughout the United States, some great roads. Meet some great people and talk to them about rides, and love going up into our northeast states for the fall and get the foliage. And as I said before, I travel for work, so it's really convenient for me to go places and just go out and explore. So I can go, if I have a weekend off, I can just go explore places that not everybody has an opportunity to do that, but I get to do that with the job that I have. So it works out really well.
That's great. So let's dive into your incident. An incident that really that's how I'm meeting you right now, and that's how you introduce yourself to the world. So, what happened on that day?
Not the best way to get your 15 minutes of fame. So my friend Phil Polito, I worked with him for several years. We got to be really good riding friends. He had a bike that was kind of it was a big dog bike, not really comfortable for long rides. And I'm like, hey, you should come out and check out these long rides with me. So he started doing that with me, and we became great friends. And every weekend we were gone. We had probably in 8 months, we probably put on about 12,000 miles. Pretty much every weekend we took off. And so this was kind of getting to be towards the end of the year, and we have done a lot of rides. I had told him before that this is it's a dangerous road. It can be if you go beyond your limits, and we got on a lot of roads beforehand, and we actually drove all the way from. We went up to New York City, into Maine, Pennsylvania, Virginia. We'd done all that stuff over the 6-8 months. And this was just going to be a 4-day ride for us. We went from Philadelphia, where we were working, and we rode down there and got down to the tail of the Dragon and took off that morning, just like any other morning we rode before. Had a good breakfast and hung out and BS'd, and then got on the road. And we were both excited to be on the road. I've been on there about 10, 12 different times. This was his first time on it. Mm-hmm. We got to that location. We went across the tail of the Dragon and stopped and talked and had a good time. And then we decided to turn back around and go back towards the gas station there. And we were going along, and basically there was if you're not familiar with the road, it has a lot of 180 degree turns and switchback type turns, and it kind of becomes a blur at one point, but as far as how it really happened, but basically we came around a switchback that was a 180 degree turn, and we're going, and Phil was in front of me, and we came up to another turn. And I think that Phil had anticipated that the turn was going to be a greater turn than it really was. Mm-hmm. And he came across the yellow line, but then he corrected right away. When he corrected, he hit his brakes pretty hard and corrected pretty hard. And because of that, I'd come up behind him. And when he came up against the the shoulder of the road pretty quick, and basically we just went off the edge. There wasn't much time to react, and there's only probably 2, maybe 3 feet from the roadway to the edge of the cliff or the hill mountain type area, and so we went right off the side without really having any chance of correcting.
So what's the speed we're going like?
We were probably somewhere around 40, 45 miles per hour. I'm guessing right outside of that turn.
Okay, so it seems like even at that speed you couldn't have the time to adjust or something.
Well, that's one thing that you learn. You think no matter how you ride or how long you've been riding, you think that you'll have the reaction time. And it just happens so fast that it just you don't have you really, when you're going at that speed and having somebody completely change from what you anticipated, be basically like going down the interstate and having somebody lock up their brakes in front of you. You don't really anticipate that happening, and because of that, your reactions and everything else are just they're just not fast enough. Definitely words of wisdom I would tell people is you definitely have to give yourself the space and don't anticipate what you think other people are going to do. You never know what could happen there.
Be cautious all the time. So yeah. So the sad news is your friend passed away. So that's what I've seen, and so what might have happened to him? What happened to him?
As you can imagine, there's a mountain and it has a lot of trees down in the ravine and stuff like that. And I found my way down the ravine and he did not. So
yeah,
I don't know exactly what happened. You know, it was fairly quick. I'm glad that it happened that way as far as the worst case scenario and stuff, but. Hard to say.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that. So you were completely motionless, right? While you got down there, and you didn't know what happened to him. You didn't know what was happening to you as well. So, so the first time you got down, how were you feeling?
Basically, when I woke up, I could not move. I'd broken 12 ribs in 17 places. I broke my back in 4 places. I broke my sternum. You know, shoulder injuries, elbows all swollen up. Couldn't move. Really could barely see what was going on around me. So it was kind of, you know, obviously frightening, but also thought at the same time that, you know, we have to have debris up on the road or something. And somebody's going to notice us and come down pretty quick. And as the time goes by and you hear the vehicles going by and nobody stops, you kind of wonder what's going on. And as I said, you know, it was so close. You're so close to the edge, and with the way he was coming across the road, we just went off with absolutely no marks, no debris, no nothing. Nobody saw it. And it's a pretty steep hill. Mostly rocks, and you know, because it was so steep, they couldn't see any vehicle, any motorcycle sitting down there. When you're down there, you know, a lot of at first, like I said, I thought, you know, it'll just be a couple minutes and somebody will be here, and then that went into hours, and then the light started going away, and the fact that you think you can yell at somebody or something like that, but everybody that's out there is riding a loud motorcycle or accelerating, and they can't hear you. Nobody there is going to hear you. So by the time it was getting to be evening, getting into darkness, I kind of figured that I was not going to make it through the night, and that's basically when I made those videos.
You thought that's the end of it? That's like There's no way you can get back, and there's no way anyone can hear, because you tried contacting 911, right? Right?
Correct. Tried calling. There's no cell service. You have to go about 5 or 6 miles down the road before you can even get cell service. My voice was, I tried yelling a bunch while people were going by, and obviously they can't hear you. I felt like I was only, 30 or 40 feet away from the road just from the noise. I couldn't really see because of how I was positioned. But then later on found out I was about 110 feet down the ravine. So that was a lot further down than I thought. But after, that was probably getting close to 8 or 9 hours there, and nobody's seeing you, nobody's stopping, and knowing that nobody's going to hear you. I pretty much exhausted. I tried getting up several times, tried moving several times, and couldn't do it. So, at that point when I was making those videos, I pretty much assumed that I was not going to make it through the night.
Did you try to yell at your friend and try to see how he's doing?
I tried doing that right away with no response. So.
So did you see him around there, or did you actually?
I could not see him.
Okay. So I guess how were you feeling like at that moment? I mean, obviously the video was saying it all, but I just want to know what was exactly going through your head.
There's so many things that were going through my head. I mean, anger, sadness, remembering stuff, and one of the reasons why I actually released the videos, I wanted to tell people that, with all the things that we talk about, all of the stuff we deal with on a daily basis, the things that people tend to argue about, politics or the job or whatever it might be, none of those things when you're in a position where you think you're going to die means anything. It's about going out and seeing your family. Don't make excuses not to go see your family, not to go see your loved ones, not to go meet that friend for dinner that's in town, just because you're tired. Go out and see those people. Take the time to do that, because when you're there and you think that's going to be your end, that's what you think about. Nothing else really matters. So your family, your friends, your loved ones.
Wow. Probably these are the words that really made me emotional and wanted to contact you. There was so much depth in those words. There was so much truth and love and kindness and stuff, and that we forget. Those are the only things that you remembered at the end. So that was pretty inspirational.
Those are the things that matter. So and you don't realize that, which is, it's helped me, to be in that perspective. The things that truly matter. You need to go take the time and see people when you can, and give them a hug and tell them you love them. So that's what it's about.
You were saying anger, right? What were you angry about at that moment?
Just mad that mad at the world in general, mad at God, mad at everything. Just knowing that you can't move, you couldn't move. I was helpless. Mad that was happening. Mad that you were in that situation. But really, by the end of that night, I really kind of had to tell myself, stay awake or you're going to go into shock. Just take the pain and deal with it, and hopefully someone will come along. And kind of stayed up that night, and in all honesty, just kind of made peace with God. So.
You were in pain a lot. Obviously, you were broken in all the places. So you were in a lot of pain, right?
Yes. I'd also punctured my lungs in 3 places.
Whoa.
So pretty much broken sternum. So I only had one side of my chest that was really working, and every time you took a breath, your chest plate's popping, and it's a unique experience that I hope nobody has to go through.
Wow. So you were how do you remember how it actually, like, you were rolling down and that's how you broke your bones, or how did it happen?
I have no idea. I got thrown, and then, like I said, it's pretty much just rocks all the way down.
Okay.
So I pretty much bounced off of several rocks many times, and when I woke up, that's the position I was in. So
Yeah. Do you feel like you were given a second chance?
I'm very blessed to be here. I have. There's no reason why I should be here. So I need to take that opportunity and make the best of it, and go see the family and go see your friends and stuff like that. And don't know, you don't know what your purpose is that God wants you for, but hopefully He directs me in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
I've reached out to a lot of people have actually reached out to me. Not that I've reached out to them, but a lot of people have talked to me about loved ones and stuff like that. And I've talked to them on through Facebook and other means, and they're just like, wow, that's really neat. Hope maybe that was what I'm here to hopefully make somebody else feel more at ease or feel better or something like that. I don't you don't know what it is that God's calling is. So hopefully I just figure out where he guides me to where I need to be.
You're already doing it. You are already spreading the word of kindness and love and family. That's what you're doing, and I really appreciate it. I really mean that really means to me a lot, and that's really moved me a lot too. And I feel emotional right now just talking about it because I feel I left that part out all my life. I thought that wasn't important. I have to be like doing something else, keep working or whatever. I have to be successful, but I was really like pushing that part away that was so essential for our being, and that's life. And that was really moving. And so I just want to quickly ask you, and lastly, is what right now? What? How has your perspective changed from that incident, and how were you before, and how are you right now? Obviously, you did answer a lot about it, but what would you say?
Life is very fragile, and it changes that quickly. That is something that I'm 6'4", 6'5", 375 pounds at the time, and lifted strong. Lifted weights every day. Felt strong. Didn't need anybody's help, and it's very humbling when you have a group of firefighters and EMT people and bikers. We had. How I was found was amazing, and there's no way that it should have happened. It was a lot of.
I forgot to ask you, how were you found?
A lady was riding with a guy. From what I understand, was their first date. And she's like, I'm thirsty, and he's just like, okay, I'm going to be nice and pull off right away. And he pulled off in an area that really wouldn't be a spot that anybody would pull off. If you went another quarter mile up the road a little ways, there's a nice little spot to pull off. You went another mile down the road the other way, there would have been a real nice place to stop and look at the bluffs and stuff like that. And he just pulled over in a place that nobody really would have pulled over at. She thought she heard me yell out. He couldn't hear me. So they did their drink and they went up the road. They stopped off at up at that area that I said is a quarter mile up the road, and there's a photographer there. And they said, "Man, I thought we heard somebody there yell for help or whatever." And there was a biker that was friends with a photographer, Josh Johnson, and got him on my Facebook here. A great guy. And he hopped on his bike and was like, "Hey, let's go find, let's go see if there was somebody there." And he came and looked over the cliff, and he saw me, and very fortunate, he came sliding down the hill, and he stayed with me the whole time. He got friends went down the road to where there's cell service, and called the paramedics. Josh's phone was the same phone I had. He was able to take the battery out, and he had my contacts, and was able to call and tell my wife that I was alive. and stayed with me, got me some waters, and like I said, the EMT, the firefighters came. Took a while for them to get me out. Took ropes and winches and all that kind of good stuff, and very just all the things that come together on how that came about is just a blessing and amazing. There's just no way it should have happened that way. So very blessed to have that and have that person and still be in contact with him. Great guy.
He was your Facebook friend, you said, right?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, this sounds really like you are so damn lucky, and that's just a blessing to have someone and help you out. So, yeah. Wow. This is amazing, and like there are so many misconceptions and like about bikers being like they're rude or whatever. They're like they have their own, like, people have a lot of misconceptions, but meeting you feel like, and I've seen many other bikers too, like on the internet, and they seem a lot nicer. I don't know where those perceptions come from, but yeah, I feel like this is how a human should be, and
the biker community, I think, as a whole, when you're outside of the community looking in and you see a biker and they're weaving through traffic or something like that, you're like, oh, look at that one guy, or look at those people. Well, you don't realize that, the same guy was doing that in his sports car and that SUV or whatever it was. He was doing the same thing. And you might realize see that one person, but you don't see the other 50 cars that were around him that were driving great. So I think a lot of misconception of people or bikers is sometimes that, but the biker community as a whole is great. I know pretty much any biker out there is going to stop and help anybody in need. Take the shirt off the back to help them. I've been fortunate enough to go ride with friends and in groups and do poker runs for raising money for somebody's health care, or we've taken Toys for Tots and taken them down to the hospital for the children, doing multiple rides for fallen officers or veterans. I'm hoping to do the Rolling Thunder this year out to Washington, D.C. that brings awareness to POWs and stuff like that. So a lot of money gets raised. I know I've been on multiple poker runs raising money for people where it's a 50-50, where half the money raised goes to the winner, and that person donates everything back. So the hearts and good intentions and the good nature of bikers is, I think, often overlooked. In my experience, couldn't ask for greater people to be around and to, do what they do to make themselves better and make the community better.
Wow, Kevin. I just feel honored to have had this conversation with you. It was so magical. And I've had a long day. I've been to college, and I was like a bit stressed out, and I was a bit, my body wasn't, it was a bit rigid, but now I feel so relieved and so calm, and because all of these emotions that you've gone me through by you just talking, I've been through so many emotions that I thought shouldn't be like put on a pedestal, but that's how, like, kindness and love, and those are the emotions we have to drive ourselves to get there. So I really felt great to have had this conversation with you, and we'll definitely stay in touch. And yeah, it was great having you.
Thank you. And like I said, it's a great opportunity to tell people that that's exactly what I wanted out of the whole conversation or out of those videos or any of this, is that when it comes down to it, kindness, love, telling your family and friends that you love them, make the time for them. That's what it comes down to. So give those people a hug and go on the weekends and see them, and don't waste the opportunities that we have.
I appreciate it a lot, Kevin.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.